Welcome. In this session, we would talk about the NET Geography paper which was held in August-September, the solutions for some of the questions. So this is the third set in continuity. We have already covered two of the sets. So in case you have any questions or queries, just search those. Now this question talks about which is not a characteristic of National Health Policy 2017, 2017-19 and the later developments on each national health policy and other policies as well. We have covered in comprehensive way in the study material. So refer that, memorize that, that's the best thing. So this is the incorrect choice, we could say here, because it does not talk about health system being exclusive responsibility of central government. Health system falls under state government by default, so it is a state subject, and therefore three choice becomes incorrect. The remaining choice are correct, which is idea of universal health care. Then we later came up with the Ayushman Bharat scheme, then increasing the government spending of the GDP from 1.5 to 2.5% and relying more on private sector and voluntary sector for meeting the goals. So this is the option. The next talks about the geopolitics of Indian Ocean and which of these are correct. So Indian Ocean is a vast stretch from, we can say, Strait of Malacca to the western coast near to the Australia, and then we have in the west till the Mozambique channel. So it's a huge area which is covered under the Indian Ocean, and this has a huge we could say trade opportunities, exclusive economic zone. We have geo potential resources which could be harnessed there. Now from these given choices, we can say Bay of Bengal has been named according to the dominant power of India in the past. That's correct. So it's on the name of Bengal, right? The next is quasi-naval naval bases have been developed in China, and they have been called as strings of pearls. This is extremely important, extremely contemporary. So if you have been going through the recent news, you would see many places across the regions of Indian Ocean. We have Chinese ports being established, or the ports of their countries where Chinese investment has been in huge amount, and this is called as a string of pearls. They are trying to have an economic route through the naval route as well, right? So not just the silk route through the road, but another route through the naval pathways. So both B, C and D are the correct option. Now the world superpower USA has no interest in Indian Ocean. That's incorrect. That does not make real sense, and very little part of oil trade passes through it. That's again incorrect, because a large section of the oil trade goes through Indian Ocean, crossing the regions of the Indian Ocean and supplying to the countries within the Indian Ocean as well. So 1 and 2 are incorrect, 3 and 4 are the correct option. Now which among these peaks, these ranges have the highest peak? So let's talk about each of the peaks. Aravali, the highest peak is Guru Shikhar, nearly 1722 meters. Satpura, we have Mount Dhupgarh as the highest peak, and this Dhupgarh is located at 1352. Vindhyan range comes with Sadbhavna Shikhar, and this is very low height, around 752 meters. And then we have Mizo Hills, where we have Fangupui, and this is a elevation of nearly 2157. So among these, we could say Mizo Hills has the highest peak. Now this kind of similar question was asked in the previous exam as well. So each of the mountain ranges and their highest peaks are really important. Memorize them well. The next is interesting question. A situation when people from a certain social background are denied into a particular facility is called as explicit exclusion. Now definitely it's an exclusion. You are not allowing a certain segment of people into a particular facility, but when this is very obvious based on social background, we say it is explicit. And this explicit social we could say exclusion could be based on census information, it could be based on discrimination, it could be based on marginalization of population, or n number of content. But yes, this is what is the type here. And then there are other types of exclusion which include social exclusion, spatial exclusion, data exclusion as some of those. The next is the various conferences and the key ideas under those. So if we talk about Brundtland Conference. This was a conference that focused on the goal, our common future, one of the major texts through which we have the major developments, we could say. Kyoto Protocol aimed at reducing the greenhouse gas emissions, Montreal Protocol on ozone protection. Then we had Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement wants to limit the global warming by 1.5 degrees in this century, and sustainable development goals are based on 5 pillars, which are people, prosperity, planet, peace and partnership. So again, a very basic and important question. The next is, which of the following is correct with regards to transportation in India? The share of road transportation is more than the share of railway transportation in passenger traffic. That is correct, because road carry nearly 87% of the passenger traffic. So statement 1 stands correct. The development of economic corridors and multimodal logistic parks are important aspect of Bharatmala project. That's obviously correct. So this is again the one that is correct based on Bharatmala project. Then we have the various aspects which are talking about the new ports in Sagarmala and the waterway number 5 that are incorrect. So you have 1 and 2 as the only correct option in the given choice. So those were some of the important questions that have been solved from the UGC NET Geography paper, August-September 2024. We have covered this across various sessions. This was the third among the series. So please subscribe for more information and updates on geography, contemporary topics on geography which are very likely for your NET examination as well as for your upcoming UPSC examination. And definitely you feel free to reach us on the number below. Have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.